and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another video all about audience engagement online. As I've said before, engaging an online audience is pretty difficult. It's like 10 times harder than engaging a live audience. But it's so important, especially right now when everything is online. So if you have an online presentation coming up, an online meeting, or maybe even an online event, this is the video for you. I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can engage your audience so they're switched on and ready to absorb all the key messages that you're giving them. As always, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm still new to YouTube, and it's only last week that I actually realized how I can see who is viewing the videos that I'm putting out there. And even the most popular ones is like the tiniest percentage of people watching are subscribers. It would make a massive difference if you just hit the subscribe button. And if you want me to make content that is for you, please do let me know in the comments below what you want to see next. If you didn't watch my last video, I'm going to link it up here for you, but it's all about timing and how important that is when you want to engage your online audience. So I'd really recommend you watch that. Before I dive into the top 5 tips I've got for you with regards to audience engagement, the first thing you need to think about if you're going to do any of these is to let your audience know. Let the audience know at the start of your presentation, meeting, online event that you are going to expect some form of audience engagement. Now, instantly, if you let the audience know this, they're going to be more switched on. They're going to be waiting because they know they are going to be asked to do something. It's a great way, actually, of grabbing their attention straight away and also holding onto their attention. My first tip is to ask your audience to have a pen and paper ready. Engagement online can be difficult if you're asking the audience to answer questions, for instance. Too many people talking at once is a nightmare. And for you as a presenter or a facilitator, it can get really difficult to manage a lot of people talking at the same time. But one thing that you can do is ask people to put down maybe their thoughts and feelings on a piece of paper and hold them up to screen. Now, it could be something as simple as, let me know, how are you all feeling? Just take a moment to write that down and then hold it up to screen. Let's see how you're all feeling today. Easy. Absolutely easy. Now, it doesn't have to be as simple as this, how are you feeling today? But it could be, how do you feel about the new plans to move back into the office? How do you feel about the change of the next 3-year plan because of COVID-19? How do you feel about the fact that you're having to work from home all the time? So it could be any type of question that you're allowing the audience to give you their personal feedback on. So a pen and paper can work really well. Also, you can ask your audience for their opinion. Give them a couple of minutes to think about something such as, what would you like more of in these online meetings, online presentations, or virtual events? Give them a moment, maybe put some background music on, which would be really nice, and let them think for a couple of minutes and write stuff down, and then hold it up to camera so that you can see. You can then comment on some of the thoughts and opinions and maybe even make some people's microphones live if you want to ask them a few questions about what they've written. Polling can be a really good way of getting feedback from your audience. Now, I like polling, I like using it at live events, but I only like using it if there's a really good reason to do it. So for example, if you're asking people how they feel, I think using pen and paper is just fine. I wouldn't ask questions like that on a poll. I would use important questions where you're actually going to use the results or you're actually going to talk about the results in your session. So if you are going to use an online poll, I would issue it before your meeting, your presentation, or your event. So by the time you go live, you've already seen the results and you're prepared to comment on them. Nobody wants a shock poll result online in front of an audience waiting for your response. I would never do that. I would always issue the poll in advance, get the results, absorb that feedback so you're ready to talk about it. But having an online poll can make the audience feel like they already have had a part in the presentation, the meeting, the event that you are hosting online. It also means they know you're going to reference it, so they're alert and waiting for your response to their feedback. One thing that you can do live if you want to, or in advance, which is the more safer way to do it, is a word cloud. And this is where you're asking the audience for their thoughts, feedback, how they're feeling. It works for stuff like that. You're never going to get anything concrete out of a word cloud, but it's a great way of seeing generally how people are feeling or what their thoughts are on a certain topic. Now, obviously, these are examples of word clouds and polls that I've been showing you, and these are using something called Mentimeter. Menti is something that is available online. It's really easy to use, and obviously to show it to your online audience, you can simply share your screen. I am going to be doing a video all about the technical elements that I've been talking about over my past few videos. So how to actually show polls, to show word clouds online, and how you do that, how you play videos for your audiences, background music, all that stuff. So watch out for that video, it's coming soon. It's worth saying that Mentimeter haven't sponsored or are nothing to do with this video. It's simply something that I have used in past events, and it's robust and I know it works. Now I'm going to suggest in tip number 3 that you do something completely different. Who doesn't wish if they had a pet they could bring their pet to work? Why not ask people to show their pets to camera? Let's see everybody sitting with their pets. I know it's crazy, a little bit different, but it is engaging and it allows people to be involved in a fun way. It could be something you do on a Friday during your meeting, show of pets. Everybody can see them online. It's fun, it's different. But it doesn't obviously have to involve animals. It could simply be something like you've got to use your most favorite mug. Maybe you've got to wear something like a hat or something silly. Again, to make the audience feel an element of fun, lightness, engagement, and make them feel like they're a part of what you're doing. Now, obviously, this doesn't work if the content you are delivering is extremely serious, but don't feel like you can't inject moments of fun into your online presentations, meetings, and virtual events. Fun is important. When you're missing that interaction face-to-face, that networking that you get at conferences, at meetings, in the office, injecting some fun can make a really big difference to your online audience engagement. Obviously, it doesn't have to involve a pet. It could be something as simple as your favorite silly mug, or wearing something ridiculous like a hat, or having some sort of theme to your online meeting or event. Whatever it is, something fun, something light to make people smile. Engagement is all about your audience feeling like they are playing a part in what you are doing. And you can do this in so many ways, but here's a couple of ideas. So firstly, your meetings, your event, your presentation, whatever it is, could always start with some music. Now, I'll link a video here where I talk about how to start an online meeting or online presentation. And one of the things I suggest is a music interlude at at the start when everybody is joining. Now, you could ask your audience in advance to choose that piece of music. If you have a weekly meeting, why not let members of the team choose what piece of music plays as they enter the meeting? It could be a nice way of people showing off their personality, but also feeling like they're a part in what you're doing. The other thing you could do is perhaps a trivia question. Now, I'm not suggesting you do a whole quiz online, that's something quite different, but if you wanted to ask your audience members to send in some trivia questions, maybe about the topic you're talking about, maybe about the business that you work for, whatever it is, you could also start with that question. So you have your musical interlude that has been chosen by an audience member. You're then showing a question on screen that has been chosen by another audience member. And then maybe in the middle of the session or at the end, you ask people to show their answers on screen with their pieces of paper. And then maybe at the end, you ask people to write down their answers on their pieces of paper and show them on screen. The fifth thing that you can do to engage your online audience is to simply ask for feedback. Now, you can ask them for immediate feedback, quite tricky to deal with that if it's not good, or you can ask them to send it to you afterwards. The thing about feedback is it allows the audience to have a voice, to have a say in what they are taking part in. If they feel like they have a say in what they are viewing, what they're having to do online, they will automatically feel more engaged towards it. Feedback is key if you want to improve. It's key if you want to deliver content online that is memorable, that your audience appreciates, and that actually means something and has a purpose. Otherwise, what is the point in doing it in the first place? Please watch out for my next video, which is all about icebreakers online, and also that technical video that is coming to you soon. Please do let me know in the comments below what videos you would like me to make, and I will do that for you. Thank you as always for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, here's a link to some more. Please do subscribe because I'll be uploading videos weekly.